The ability to listen is a superpower that very few people get to master. We all know that we have two ears and one mouth for a reason, but yet very few people know how to truly apply that. In this video, we're going to uncover the top 3 habits that great listeners have and use to get to the top of their field and to master their relationships and to be the best versions of themselves. What's up, everyone? My name is Adnan, and I am a professional sales consultant with about 24 years of experience in the field. Currently, I work for Renewal by Anderson of Greater Philadelphia, and in these past 8 years with the company, I am the highest gross selling rep 6 times in my past 8-year span with the company. So let's dive in. The 3 points. Number 1 is to empathize by understanding the speaker's emotions and point of view. Number 2 is to hold back judgments. Give the speaker the space to fully express themselves and avoid making judgments. Number 3 is to practice patience. Some people take longer to explain their point of view. Don't rush their process. I'm going to explain these 3 points with the help of a story that I heard when I was young, when I was 16, 17 years old, and I was going through ups and downs in my sales. And my mentor at the time told me, you talk too much, you don't listen, you talk over people. So this was obviously a punch in the gut at the time, but now that I look back on it, it was a beautiful experience. So the story that he shared with me went like this. Once upon a time, there was a teacher named Angus. He was known for his wisdom. Many students sought him for advice. It wasn't his knowledge, but the way he listened made him famous amongst his followers. He would listen without interrupting, and his deep patience made people feel truly heard. One day, a young woman named Mary came to him overwhelmed with anxiety about her future with her husband. She spoke rapidly about all her issues in her marriage and the tremendous pressure that she was feeling from her family. Mr. Angus sat with her in silence and nodded occasionally, but letting her speak until she had poured out all her worries to her heart's content. When she finished, she expected Mr. Angus to offer a perfect solution. Instead, he asked her in a soft, calm voice, "What do you think will make you happy?" Mary looked in shock, as that was not the answer she had expected. But it stopped her in her tracks, as no one had asked her that before. Mr. Angus did not offer a solution, nor did he enforce his beliefs or advice, but simply guided Mary to find her own answer. In the following weeks, Mary returned to Angus many times, always grateful not for his solutions, but for the presence and ability to listen without judgment. In his silence, she found her mental clarity and rekindled her love for her husband. She had feared disappointing her family by going back, but Mr. Angus's listening gave her the confidence to trust herself. Mr. Angus taught her that sometimes the most powerful thing that you can do for someone is to simply listen, to create the space for them to be heard, to understand what they truly need without offering quick fixes. You know, the moral of the story, when we started with empathizing, the first question when he asked her, "What do you think will make you happy?" It's so important for us to see things from people's perspectives, not our point of view. It's important to put ourselves in their shoes and see things the way the prospect, the person that you're talking to, is seeing things. If you can learn to refine that lens and see things from the other person's perspective, you'll see that if you are in sales, it's a complete game changer of how people see you when you truly are not trying to put your agenda on them, but you're trying to understand where they're coming from. The next thing we talked about, holding back judgments. It's easy for us to pass judgments on people when we truly see every person as an individual and not make our opinions broadly paint everybody with the same brush. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. People see you very differently. They gravitate towards you like a magnet because they can trust you, because you're not going to judge them. And the last thing was practicing patience. Practicing patience is a big one. I think no matter how much we practice patience, it will never be enough. Especially, when you're an expert in your field, in whatever your line of work may be. You might be the expert if you are in a job like myself, when I'm in sales, when I get to talk to people that, because not many CEOs, not many big company, not many big managers get to truly deal with the customers face to face. But when you do, and if you have patience, we have this saying that people buy when all their questions are answered. But if you're snapping those answers really quick, they might not ask you the 4 more questions that they wanted to ask you in order for them to buy your product or buy your service. So going back to patience, I think patience is a big one. It's great not just for work purposes, but also in your relationships. If you have a lot of patience, it would be a beautiful thing. People would trust you a lot more, and they will want to be close to you as much as possible. If you guys like this type of content, please watch my last video right here. I thank you all for listening. And if you have any other video suggestions for me, please put them down in the comments. And I will talk to you soon. Thank you.